Hi, welcome back to the program. My name is Kirsten Kloss. Thanks very much for watching. On today's show, we're going to be talking about the idea of, we're going to be addressing human resources and workspace productivity, and more importantly, improving the productivity in workspaces and reducing distractions. Joining us today on the program is Peter Bagwell. Peter is the VP of Sales at PCC Group, and they specialize in the design and implementation of modular plug-and-play technologies into commercial offices and data centers. Well, Peter moved to Canada back in 2003 after an extensive career in the Royal Navy, so he understands working as a team for sure. And he's now he's an electrical engineer, and he helped found PCC Group about 9 years ago. Peter, thanks very much for joining us on the show today.
Thanks for having me.
So first of all, let's cut to the chase here. Nowadays we're moving to this modular workspace environment, and there's a lot of stuff going on, and people are not necessarily in their own kind of environments focused 100% of the time. There's a lot of distractions up there. Peter, maybe you can give our audience kind of an overview of what you're seeing in your implementations in large office complexes. I mean, you've done implementations of your electronic solutions in very large offices. What are you seeing as ways to improve the efficiencies and reducing distractions?
Yeah, that's absolutely right. There's a trend very much towards open workstations within office environments, and so of course when you take down the walls and take off the doors, that creates its own issue with people that have been used to having private offices that are now sat in cube farms or the kind of equivalent, and are now sat very close to their working colleagues. Couple that with the fact that office environments are typically very, very quiet now, so there's not much in the way of background noise. And so what you tend to have is that conversations carry a long distance, but also all of the noises that are associated with an office, people tapping on their keyboards, phones ringing, that sort of thing, tend to become a bit of a distraction. So one of the systems that we carry is a sound masking system. And by sound masking, what I mean is that it's a randomized noise that is put into the environment to raise the background volume level within that office environment. And by doing that, what we're doing is masking out effectively some of the background noise that is there, which allows people to be less distracted and more focused on the work that they're concentrating on.
So this is basically, it's an electronic device that fits into the speakers in the environment, or how does that work?
Yes, correct. What effectively happens is that yes, there's a digital controller that basically controls an array of speakers that sit up in the ceiling plenum. So it's above the ceiling tile, and what we're trying to achieve is to put a nice, comfortable volume level across that full floor space. It should be a nice even volume level across the full floor space, which then contains those conversations within a radius that they're not designed to go outside of. It's not going to do, just to be clear, it's not noise cancelling, so it's not going to get rid of those noises altogether. But for conversations, for example, you're still going to be able to hear that people are talking, but because the background noise level is raised, it means that those conversations are intelligible to a lesser distance. So, for example, in a totally quiet environment, conversations like we're having at this sort of level would be intelligible out to about 25 feet. If we were to introduce sound masking, it reduces that distance out to about 12 feet. So now you're containing those conversations within much more of a localized area.
Well, there's that, and I guess the other areas we should probably briefly explain to our audience are some of the other things you do, which is to improve the speed at which you can move offices around. That obviously reduces distractions. Tell our audience just very briefly what that's all about.
Yeah, I mean, the system that we carry is very much in line with the other areas of our business. They're all plug-and-play systems, and so the sound masking system that we carry, it doesn't require an electrician to install it. It's just data cables that run between the speakers, so everything runs power over Ethernet. Basically, we use pre-terminated cables. It's just a snap in and snap out. And so if you're to reconfigure that system, very, very easy to make those changes. Now, you can either do that through the Sound Manager, which is basically a software module that sits on the controller, and that allows you to play around with the contour of the sound as well as the volume levels. But if you wanted to reconfigure the actual zones that the speakers are into, very easy to just move those cables around. And equally, if you were to move from one office to another, you can take that system with you.
Well, very interesting technology. Sounds like it really solves a problem out there, the idea of sort of ambient noise distracting people. Peter, thanks very much for joining us on the program today. It's great having you.
Thanks for having me.
We've been speaking with Peter Bagwell. You can check out their website at pccgroup.ca for more information about their sound masking technologies, as well as the other solutions they have for the modern work environment. So I'm Kirsten Kloss. Thanks very much for watching. Stay tuned again real soon. Bye for now.